What's up, everybody? It's Michael Joseph. I'm back at it again. I've got some really cool updates and something I've been wanting to share with you guys for a very long time. And I'm going to jump into it right now. Let's get after it. All right, so as you can see, I'm wearing a hat. This is what I call the confidence cap. I don't love when I remove my hair system, I shave, this part of my scalp, and then I walk around like that. I don't personally really enjoy that. That's an insecurity of mine. I don't even like my wife seeing it. I'll wear a hat when I'm, when I'm shaved. This is a ball of insecurities right here, and I'm just being real with you. And today I've got a really cool thing to share with you. Now, this might have actually freaked some of you guys out if you have never worn a hair system, so I apologize. This is what a hair system looks like. 6 inches of beautiful, beautiful hair. In this case, I have the Tyler system from Lavivid. Very unique system that I've got to tell you all about. This one has Remy hair, so it's like buttery soft. This one is in the 220 color. Now, you might be saying to yourself, well, this looks a little darker than, my facial hair. But I'll tell you, as it gets up here, I actually lose the little grays that you can see down here. I have fewer grays up here and it starts to look darker. So I went 220. I've gone up to 240 in the past. My last hair system was 240. It was like pretty gray. I actually didn't mind it. But I'm going to go back to my roots. I've been 220 for years and years. And so I'm going to go back to it. But let me tell you about the system by Lavivid. Let's talk about the underside. Okay, what is the base type? The base type is I believe at least three different materials. We have in the front hairline, we have French lace. Okay, I'll show you a little bit better. That very top little darker lace piece is all French lace, and that's going to sit not all the way back here, but maybe the front, where in this case where my hair stops growing, and just boom across the hairline. Then the middle section here is a silk lace, but it's at least two layers, maybe even three. So if I can grab a little piece of this, I'll show you what I mean. I can pull this lace up, okay, and underneath it is another layer of lace. Okay, pretty interesting, but this is going to be really, really soft on my scalp, which I'm really looking forward to testing out. But here's the thing, I work out a ton, I sweat a lot, I travel a ton, and I usually do an all poly system, an all thin skin system, because I can do a nice secure attachment with sweat, whatever, it doesn't bother it, and I can get life done. But here in the back and the sides, this is the entire side and back is all polyurethane, all thin skin. And this is rather thick. I would say maybe 0.05 millimeters, maybe 0.06. I'd have to look at the actual specs, but that's what it feels like, maybe even up to 0.08. It's actually pretty thick in here in the back. So 3 different materials in one, and I'm really looking forward to it. But why am I actually looking forward to it? If you go to their website, they say 2 things that seem pretty amazing. Number 1 is that they claim that this has the most natural scalp look of any of their other models, okay? I'm looking forward to getting this thing on and really testing that out. The second thing, you gotta lean in for this. If you've ever worn a hair system for more than 3 to 12 months, you know that typically you'll get 3-4 months, maybe up to 6 months for guys that have lighter use or maybe not daily sleeping in it and all that stuff. Maybe, right? I maybe 3 to 4 months for me. In fact, the system I just had, about 3 months. This one, they claim, can last up to 12 months. That's a year. I'm really looking forward to that. You know what? If I have this system for a year, I'm going to be impressed. Lavivid, like if you're willing to say up to 12 months, I believe you, because all of your other systems, you might say, hey, 1 to 2 months, right? Wink, wink, knowing it's going to last 3 or 4 months, but you cover your own butt, right? By saying 1 to 2 months, under promise, over deliver. So if you're willing to say 12 months, I'm willing to believe that I could get 8 to 12 months out of this, no problem. So I'm really excited to check this thing out. I'm going to attach this thing this evening. I'm actually downstairs here. My wife is asleep. It's about 10, almost 11 p.m. at night. It was a long Sunday for me. Just kind of a chill day, but watched a movie, hung out, relaxed. She's been sick, so I've just been kind of having some me time. But I'm going to install this very differently as well. Because I don't have as much experience with lace, I'm actually going to use these Walker Ultra Hold mini tabs right here on the front hairline. So pretty much a strip here, half a strip here, half a strip here. And the same for the back polyurethane. Okay, so in the back of my head where I've shaved, I'm going to use 2, maybe 2.5 of these strips to cover the entire back polyurethane. But what I'm not going to do this time around, I'm not going to put anything on the top here. The only reason I'm not going to do that, and I'm just going to see how I feel about it, is because this lace is so fine, and I just don't want to keep, putting an adhesive on there and tearing it off, after a couple of weeks to shave and clean. And I honestly don't know how well it's going to do, because I just don't know. I should say I don't doubt the product. I just don't personally know how it's going to do with either this tape or the Walker Ultra Hold liquid adhesive that I have. I don't know if it's going to seep in there. It's going to be terrible to clean. I don't know. If you have some experience with lace and adhesives, drop it below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. So I'm going to go ahead and start applying this to my scalp. I'll share with you a little bit of that process. And then I'm going to have this thing cut in tomorrow. So I'm going to be wearing this hat all day during my Zoom calls, so nobody can see, this big flop on my scalp. Lavivid, shout out to you guys. You guys continue to make a great product, and you really care about your brand. So it says a lot about you, and you're willing to show it off. So here we go. I'm going to pop into the downstairs bathroom. It's a bathroom you haven't seen before in any of my videos, and I'm going to show you how I apply the tape to this. All right, here we go. I'm in my daughter's bathroom here. And so yeah, I'm just gonna share with you what I do. So I got the tab here. You can kind of see it actually pretty much fills out this area here, but it's not perfect. So typically I will cut this in half, and easy to do so by either cutting that blue section there, which is just the backing of the tape, or you can make a little, slice in that and tear it right open. It's actually really simple to do. All right, so just like that, I've got it as a tab, and I'm gonna put it just right there on this side, and then I'm gonna take the other one and put it right there. Easy to do. You just kind of bend it in half, and you can see that this is like the edge of the tab, and I actually always do it the same way. I'll peel it off towards that tab, that end with the tab on it, because it's easier to hold when I've peeled it off, and I can get the other side real easy. Okay, so just a little tip for you. Now, then when I apply it, I kind of do it the opposite. I have the tab that I can hold so that it's on the outside of the hairline. So I'm gonna match it up right to the edge of that thing, and boom. Okay, it's right on the edge. A little imperfect there, but I can actually go back and just cut that to fit. Easy peasy, especially because this is the first time that I'm doing that. I'll just give it a good firm press on that. So that way, when I dry fit this on top of my head, this isn't gonna stick to me. And then when I'm ready for it, I can just flip this back, peel this thing off, peel this side, peel these, and then I'm done. Now, something I didn't mention is that oftentimes, if there's gonna be a big gap, like there's gonna be a big gap if I just put the other piece of tape here, it'll be a triangle-sized gap. I'll actually peel this side back, and then gives me some space to double lap it, overlap it right here in the front. You can kind of see the tape there. I'm actually going to go right over that piece, and then this will match up on the other hairline. Easy peasy. Now you can see there's a little piece flipping up here. No problem. I'm going to actually go back and trim that with just a little pair of scissors. I got a little, grooming set that comes with a little pair of scissors that I'm going to use for that. Okay, I'm going to just do the same process with 1/2 tab here, 1/2 tab there.
Notice that none of this is really perfect. What I've noticed over the years is that I was so focused on everything being perfect that when it wasn't, I'd freak out. I'd be like, oh no, there's a gap here and there's a thing here. But the reality is that nobody notices that at all. Like not even my wife, and she gets, pretty close to me. So it doesn't have to be perfect, really at all. And that's the beautiful part here. It has to be clean. You want it obviously clean. You want it applied well, but it doesn't have to be perfect. And in fact, the cool part and the psychology of that too is that any other hairline is not perfect at all, right? If you went up to just somebody with a full head of hair, they're going to have some hairs out of place. They're going to have an imperfect hairline, all sorts of things like that. And so it doesn't need to be perfect at all. So even here, you see this big gap here? That would have freaked me out in the past. But unless somebody comes in and tries to like lift this up and stick their finger in there, they're never going to see it, especially because I have, hair that's going to be in front of that anyway. So that's not even going to be a thing. You'll notice when I show you the final result, this will be on the right front of my scalp or my forehead, and you'll never even notice that.
All right, guys, it's all finished. I went to the barber. He hooked it up. I look like a freaking stud. Look at this thing. That's amazing. All right, everybody, the video's complete. Check this out. I'll give you the 360. Look at that even blend. This is amazing. No, guys, this is not it. But this is what it looks like now. Okay, the full head of hair. I'm going to show you at least what it looks like right now. Maybe you can see that, maybe you can't, but this I think is where the crown naturally sits. And so hopefully that looks natural. I can't see it myself. I will look back at this video. But right now, what I'm planning on doing is... Some of you are freaking out because it's your first time ever seeing a hair system. But there's the hairline. That's the gap I was talking about. I'm going to make sure, dry fitting this, that it comes to, you can kind of see the lines, the redness from my hat. It actually comes to the proper hairline here. And right there is 4 fingers exactly. I do that around the sides. This one's a little further back than the other side. Easy fix. I'm going to make sure that the back is all lined up. It's pretty good. Now here I can notice from where I normally shave and the back of this hair system, there's maybe less than a 1/4 inch, maybe 1/5 of an inch, of skin showing. So when I attach this in the right spot, I'm going to go ahead and pull this back before I start peeling things off and sticking it down. So that way I can lay down perfectly. And then I'll get this thing cut tomorrow. As you can see, it's really dark hair. And I don't mind that. I have a lot of body hair and it actually is fairly dark. You can't see that in the video. I've got dark eyebrows. You can see that matches. And this, weirdly enough, this is what I try to match with the people that I try to help. I'm like, show me your eyebrows, should you have them, and let's match these things, because usually this right here is also found at the highest point of your natural hair. I've seen that as a trend. It's not perfect all the time, but at least my eyebrows here, the closest thing visually you can see to my hair, it's the same color. And I actually do have some blondes and grays that come through every once in a while here. This is 20%, this matches here, and this is a little bit lighter, okay? So I'm not matching my beard to my head, because some people have brown here and red here, or brown here and red here. That's not the match. The match is usually the eyebrows and the highest bit of hair that you have showing, which my hair is actually getting thinner on the sides, which is, just happens. You can kind of see it a little bit, I suppose. But this is going to work out really well, and I should have a pretty cool style to show you. Okay, next time you see me, I'm going to be in the either the salon, if I can shoot there. I don't know if I can, or I'll be back here at home or in my car showing off the new style, and then we'll have ourselves a video. So guys and gals, I freaking love you for watching. My buddy Jake, our buddy Jake Kent, recently told me that one of my videos is the highest viewed hair system video of all time, and I think that's freaking awesome, and that's because of you. Some people are like, dude, it's an 18-minute video. But this is real for us. And 18 minutes talking or at least hearing somebody that gets you is super important. And apparently you like that. So some of these videos will be a little bit longer. Some will be a little bit shorter. I'm going to put stuff in my shorts, my YouTube shorts anytime I can, anytime something cool happens. But again, Lavivid Tyler system, I'm going to tell you, for lace, this doesn't itch or anything. Like, this is super soft. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to get this thing installed here tonight. And then you'll see me with a haircut at some point along the process following this little transition. Go. We're doing it. And for safety reasons, I'm actually not driving. This is all a green screen right here, just to be legal. But yeah, I've got it installed. Super easy. Took me 15 minutes. Put some, like I showed you, tape on the front hairline, tape around the back and sides. Now, normally I'd put the tape right on my scalp and then dry fit it on the back just to line it up. But this system was perfectly cut from front to back. It's the right length that way, so it fit perfectly. I put the tape right on the polyurethane, so it's awesome. Now I'm on my way to Lucero Hair and Wellness to get the cut. So again, I may be able to show you some, I may not. But either way, I will keep you posted on the result. So here we go. All right, here we are. Okay, check this style out. I'll give you a 360. Okay, this is a little different than I would normally do. Actually, the stylist, if you want to know the truth, had me try out like a little fringy, I don't know how to do it. They're such... Hey, go to a stylist, guys. Don't try to do this stuff on your own. We're not the expert. We're new to hair, remember. Okay, I'm new to wearing hair and styling hair. But they actually pushed it into kind of this cool, like fringy kind of look. Not like this. This is coming like straight out here. But a couple things to note. One is the system is new. So, when you get it, it has 6-inch hair usually. And so it lays flat, right? It's heavier, all that stuff. When you cut it, it gets lighter and then therefore can lift a little bit. But so if I wanted to get crazy like the kids, I might do something a little fringy like that. It's a very European kind of vibe. Maybe even do, not a faux hawk, but like crop it to the center here. Okay, like if I want to get real crazy with it. But my typical thing is I will push this up and over to my right hand side and have it break about here on the temple and get a little messy, get a little messy over there. So this is a typical thing I would do. Now there's no product in it. I just got the thing cut. And so you can kind of see what we're working with here. But I really like this color. As you can kind of tell, it actually matches my eyebrows. This is a 2 color. I got little grays that kind of come through that, so it makes sense. And then you can kind of see, you don't care. I got something blocking the camera view, so I can't really see myself. But I've got some grays here, and then it blends with the grays of the unit, 220 color. Okay, so if I'm hanging out, speaking to you, I'm probably hanging out here, we're having a conversation. I'm probably not talking to you like this, where you're like looking at my, my forehead. So the cool thing is all those little imperfections, check this out. When I expose my hair, if let's say I go swimming, or if I have like a hat or something like that, or if I decide like maybe you want a longer hairstyle, you could do that. And if you pulled it back into like a man bun or something cool, check this out. You can't see any imperfections. Now, if I just feel up here, I can feel a little bit, the little ridge pieces that weren't 100% covered by the tape and stuff like that. I can feel it. I would have a hard time really seeing it. Okay, so like I can see a little bit of this ridge here. I'm not worried about it. Why? Because I have freaking hair. That's pretty dope. Okay, no product in it. This is poofy as it's gonna ever be. In 1 to 2 days, this is going to settle. Okay, this is going to settle. In fact, I have thinning shears just for this because you really can't get it perfect on the first cut. You can get it really, really close. I really like this cut. I can do a lot with it, but I will likely thin out this area here, this kind of area right back here on the sides, and depending on how I end up letting this settle into a style, most likely right here in the front. And I'm just gonna give this a good 20 chops in each of those sections. 20 sounds like a lot, but remember, it's only taking out half of what you do. So it's like 10 good chops in there. So I'm gonna do 20 to thin it out a little bit. The rest is gonna happen over time. The hair will weaken, I'll be traveling and using the hair, and it'll start to thin out naturally anyway, which is a good thing for a realistic look anyway. I have a lot of body hair. You may not. This is 100% density, medium light density, which is good for me. I've got a full beard. I shaved yesterday. I don't know if you can hear this, but I've got more than 5 o'clock shadow going on. I got a lot of hair, okay? If you saw my body untrimmed, I got a lot of hair. So for me, my ethnicity, my background, all this makes sense for me and matches what somebody might expect from who I am, okay? So overall, this thing feels awesome. The Tyler by Lavivid, it slaps, as the kids would say. The soft silk top here, super soft. Like, I don't feel it. I really don't. I even worked out. I went to CrossFit for an hour, pushing hard, sweating, dying. And the system didn't feel hot or overwhelming, even though there's a lot of hair. It looks really good. In fact, I got some compliments at the gym. It's pretty cool. But having said that, I'm already using this thing pretty heavily. I went to the chiropractor. I got my head adjusted, my neck, my shoulders, my back, all that fun stuff. And everyone was really digging the hair. So I'm loving it. The hair, I can't stop touching it. It's like silky soft Remy hair. I'm gonna have some fun. I'm gonna style it up, and I'll do another video, I have no doubt, especially if this one's going to last me a freaking year. Then I'm gonna give you the full scope of it. But first things first, the Tyler by Lavivid, A+ on the product. But I'm new to this still too, right? If you go back and watch my very first video, I show up, and I even show up on video in a very different way. It's wild, the differences that you can experience with something as simple as hair, going to the gym, eating better, learning how to, skilling yourself up in areas that you've always wanted to better your life. It's amazing. And this just is an extension of that. No pun intended. But guys and gals, check the links below in the description. If you need anything, my email will be down there. Any link that you'd need for more support, service, products, all that stuff is gonna live there. But yeah, I freaking appreciate you guys. Thanks for running it up on these videos. And I'm just here to support, here to serve. Love you guys. Thanks for checking this video out. And remember, it's always a good day to have a good hair day. Talk to you guys soon. See ya.